The basis of experience. The great householder Shanaka was blessed with an inquiring mind, unsatisfied by partial truth. He thought, in this vast universe, there are so many different things our minds and senses seem to see. In each perception we perceive, so little of the world seems shown. As mind and sense perceive the world, they show us small appearances, which change from changing points of view. A mountain seen from far seems small. From closer up it grows in size. A person on the lower slopes sees grass and trees, hears rustling leaves, smells flowers, feels the warmth of sun. But higher up stark cliffs appear, with craggy shapes of barren rock, and eerie sounds of rushing wind, and scentless feel of chilly air. And yet these different seeming things are varying appearances, through which one mountain can be known. So too, in all experience, the many things we seem to see, the different appearances through which we know one universe. What is this one same universe, in which our minds and senses see so many different seeming things? Is there some way to understand this one complete reality we know through all appearances of everything that seems to be? So Shanaka, with due respect, approached the teacher Angiras and asked, can knowledge of this world's reality be so complete that all the many things we seem to see are understood in it? Can something so complete be found that knowing it knows everything? The truth you seek, said Angaris, is plain to see and can be found by anyone who wishes it. To know it you must go beyond all scriptures, sciences and arts, for these are mere constructions made by partial body, sense and mind. Beneath all learned structures built of form and name and quality, upon what basis do we join the partial views of sense and mind to make our knowledge more complete? This basis must be firm, it must remain while mind and body change, and changing views give rise to sights, sensations, feelings, thoughts that come and go in our experience. It is no object seen by mind and sense, for all such objects come into experience when they are seen and go away again, as our attention turns elsewhere. Unseen by sense, unseen by mind, it is the knowing basis which must carry on, continuing through changing sense and changing mind, as seeming objects come and go. It is not body, sense or mind, for these are merely instruments of change and action in the world. It is no object that can act on other objects, nor can it be acted on by anything. It has no family, nor class, nor has it eyes that see, nor ears that hear, nor hands that touch or hold, nor feet that stand or walk or run. It does not act, it only knows. It is pure consciousness, which lights up all appearances that come and go in our experience. All space, all time, all difference, all change are known by consciousness. Thus space and time and difference and change cannot apply to it. It is the undivided base from which divided space is known, the unity in difference, the changeless continuity, which knows all change and passing time. It's always here in every one of us, each moment that we know. Whatever we may seem to know, whatever it may seem we do, not know, or only know in part. Upon this base of consciousness, all objects are perceived and thus are manifested in the world. In consciousness, all seeming things arise, exist, and come to an end. Beneath gross things of outer sense, beneath all subtleties of mind, it is creation's changeless source, from which all seeming things come forth, on which each seeming thing depends, to which each thing returns again. As from a spider thread comes forth, and is drawn in, or just as plants grow out of earth, and when they die, dissolve in earth again, so too all things that we perceive throughout the manifested universe arise from changeless consciousness, are manifest as consciousness, taking on apparent form, and then they end as shown dissolved, as nothing else but consciousness. Each moment of experience, a person's mind and sense perceive a partial view that seems to show some object in the universe. At different times, through different minds, through different capabilities of sense, we seem to see a vast variety of different things. As thus it seems that we perceive a universe of vast extent, containing more complexity than sense or mind can comprehend. In the vast seeming universe, our little senses only see small objects, each a little piece of matter formed in space and time. When objects interact, we see the energy that they exchange, and thus material things seem formed of subtle energies that flows through space and time to manifest the outward world our senses see. If outward things are seen as forms of manifesting energy, then what is thus made manifests. What do forms mean? How can they be interpreted to understand more than our senses seem to see? Forms are interpreted by mind, which is expressed in forms and which reflects within itself, to ask for truth that forms express. Where mind turns back towards its source, it is dissolved in consciousness, which has no parts nor suffers change. There, partiality and change do not apply, and thus complete undying truth is realized. But where the mind is turned towards an outer world of seeming things, there only partial truths are seen, expressed by mind in outward acts.